Larry Lang is the executive director of the Amarillo Symphony, and before taking that role, he spent 29 years in the U.S. Air Force as a conductor and band leader traversing the globe.
Our Jack Kessler has more from Lang on his time in the Air Force and how he brings those skills to the Amarillo Symphony as we honor our hometown heroes.
Retired Colonel Larry Lang never thought he would join the Air Force, but during his time as assistant director of bands at McNeese State University in Louisiana, he attended a workshop that would change the course of his life.
An Air Force band conductor was there, and they saw me and thought I had potential and invited me to come and audition for the Air Force, which has a robust band program, which I didn't really know about at the time. And I said no. I just wasn't interested at the time. I was really loving my college work and wanted to keep going. She was a captain in the Air Force, and she was a conductor. And she kept hounding me. She sent me recordings and invited me to concerts. And after 3 years, I relented and I auditioned for the United States Air Force. And I was accepted. And I was kind of blown away.
Lang says he was so excited to go off on this new journey. During his nearly 3-decade-long tenure in the Air Force, Lang would become the commander of the United States Air Force Academy Band in Colorado Springs.
I was there for 5 years, and that band primarily serves the cadets at the academy. We play for all their parades. We go on national recruiting tours where we recruit cadets for the academy. And I really enjoyed that because it kind of harkened back to my experience as a college professor.
And finally culminating with him as commander and conductor of the United States Air Force Band.
I was in Washington for 7 years. There's a lot of international work there as well because all of the international guests that come to the White House are greeted by one of the service bands depending on who's available or who's asked for. So we played a lot of foreign national anthems and a lot of evening events where there was a social function with that international dignitary.
Lang says the mission of a band in the military is twofold.
First is the thing that most people think of, ceremonial. You know, we support our troops, we play at ceremonies and functions that need music and the ceremonial pomp and circumstance of those things. And then the other is community relations, where we fall underneath the public affairs in the Air Force. So we work for public affairs, which means we're the public-facing unit in the Air Force.
After Lang retired in 2019 from the Air Force, he would become the executive director of the Flagstaff Symphony Orchestra. And then in 2022, he would join the Amarillo Symphony as its executive director.
Just bringing his myriad experiences from serving our country, being a veteran, to his background in music itself, it certainly it's transcendent, and it allows us to move at a pace and a direction that is certainly more inclusive and relevant, and it constantly, continuously evolves because of the direction which he wants to go.
In Amarillo, Jack Kessler, KAMR Local 4 News.
Lang would be deployed to Iraq, Afghanistan, and Kyrgyzstan between 2008 and 2009.
This is where he would play for local citizens as well as the troops that were deployed to raise morale. To see more pictures of Lang's time in the military and him conduct at the Celebrate America event at Hodgetown a few weeks ago, head to myhighplains.com. It is 5:48.